1 million neural connections per second. That's how quickly a child's brain is developing between birth and age 3. Children who have well-supported early years are more likely to reach both future individual and social community success, including third grade reading proficiency, high school graduation, post-secondary education, gainful employment, lifetime physical and mental health and well-being, and avoidance of substance abuse and crime. Hearing, language, and higher cognitive function all peak in the first 3 years of life. Funding of high-quality childcare and education programs for our children 0 to 5 years old, regardless of their socioeconomic background, should be a top priority for policymakers. Another reason or another way that we can support this is support the ones who provide care for our children with both education and adequate pay. The first 5 years of life are the most important for learning and development. The problem is federal and state governments have underfunded childcare, leaving the cost to families. The cost of childcare is out of reach for many families. In most areas of the country, childcare cost exceeds rent or in-state college tuition. Among parents with children under age 5, 83% of them say they have difficulty finding quality, affordable childcare. An extremely low pay for early childhood educators, with a median childcare worker earning just $10.72 per hour. This creates a lack of quality, a high turnover, and a lack of education in the early childhood profession. High quality childcare is educated childcare providers, affordability and reliability for families, adequate provider wages, and education and experiences for children. All of these things cost money. High quality childcare results in physical and educational ways for our children. A baby's earliest relationships and experiences with their parents and other caregivers dramatically influence brain development, social, emotional development, and cognitive skills. Educational results are foundation for future learning, developing skills to become well-functioning adults. Some people argue that this is not a good use of federal and state tax dollars. However, J.J. Heckman says exposure to chronic stressors early in life creates a course for physical, cognitive, and emotional health problems that can be costly for both families and society to navigate, such as welfare or foster care. Funding only people who meet certain income guidelines is another counter-argument, but it prevents children from receiving the start that they deserve. It creates barriers via paperwork and applications, as well as kids with various financial needs not qualifying for this education. The facts speak for themselves. Early childhood education will pay for itself and reduce crime, reduce welfare dependency, and reduce use of the foster care system. The first 5 years are the most important for learning and development. I suggest that you contact policymakers and support early childhood education programs in their efforts to adequately fund early education for children birth to 5 so that we can provide a quality start for each child that will last them into their adult years. I have seen these things firsthand. These are all backed up by facts, of course. However, these are things that I see, very real problems that I see every day in my childcare business. Funding prevents a lot of children from getting a quality childcare experience. There is a huge shortage for childcare providers, and there's also a huge need for services for children, especially of low socioeconomical background. However, there's a kind of gray area of people who don't qualify for those services, but also are not able to afford those services on their own. So it creates a real barrier for those people as well. It's so important, those first 5 years of life. There is so much learning. They're like little sponges. And in order for us to benefit from that via later life choices, it's really important that we take action now.